I believe honesty is very key.
Yeah, I do too.
I think if you and I are dating, I think that first and foremost, if you are honest about who you been with or who you slept with or how many people that you slept with, things that you struggle with, things that you deal with, that builds trust in the relationship, because I don't want to hear about something later. I don't want to be blindsided either about your struggles, right? I don't want to experience your struggles firsthand. I want to at least prepare myself and know what I'm getting myself into. So I do believe that, like, in a relationship, you should definitely be honest. I think honesty is very key.
Absolutely.
I think. No, you're saying something else?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So, I have a lot to say about this and unpack. I have a lot to say about this and a lot to unpack. But speaking to what you just said, I will first speak to the point of kind of like what you just talked about honesty and transparency. And so I think there are levels to when you disclose information to someone you're dating.
Right.
But I think it gets to a point, let me say it should, in my opinion, I feel like it should get to a point, if I'm about to marry you and be in covenant, intimate relationship with you and only you, like, if we really want to look at it on the biblical point, which that's at the end of the day, if y'all don't know, we're Christians, and everything is biblical at the end of the day. Like, we're always going to go back to, what does the word say? Is this biblical? Yada, yada, yada. So if we go to that, I feel like at the point that you marry someone, I don't feel like that, unless it's somehow something that has just you completely forgot about, like legitimately, honestly, and genuinely completely forgot about years ago in your life. I feel like if we're going down to the altar and we're going to get married, by the time we tie the knot and we make this covenant together, you should know everything about me. You should know everything. And like, not just because, and not saying like I have to go dig up and like say this, like I said, if there's something that's just like, I literally just forgot to tell you that happened 15 years ago or whatever the case is. But I feel like you should either know everything about me, or both parties, the husband and the wife, should not feel like they have to withhold anything from their spouse.
Right.
And so I think that's key. And so, again, backing up to as we're dating, I think the more you grow to know this person, the more you grow to build trust with this person, it should make it easier for you to start delivering this information, because at the end of the day, I don't want something that happened years ago in my life to now be detrimental to something that's so great years later.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's
to that point, one of the things that's for me is like, I feel like honesty should come natural when you're in a relationship, right? Like, when my biggest thing is, if you feel like you have to hide something, that's something you should be sharing. Like, if you feel like you have to hide something, then you're purposely covering it up. And one of the things that I just said is, it's going to come out at some point. You may run into somebody else may not know that that's a secret between, like, me and Kia are best friends, and then I marry Dre. She may assume that he knows all of my details, and she may bring up something on accident, right? Just in conversation, and she'd be like, "Oh, I thought you would have told him," because the assumption is you're getting married or you're married to this person, and so now I'm mad at my best friend because she done shared something on accident because she assuming I done talked to my husband about everything she knows. And so if you feel like you have to cover things, and that's what my thing is, I think sometimes things don't come out in conversation. Something like this is something you purposely didn't share, right? Something small, like Marcus is saying, that we just didn't get around to it. It just didn't come out, and it may come out throughout the later in our marriage. So that's why I asked you, are you sharing every deep, dark secret? Some secrets are not like necessarily like deep, dark secrets. They're just things you may have never shared. And so it's like, if you thought about it and you're saying, nope, not going to share it now, that's something I feel like you should share, right? But if it's something that just didn't come out, that's a different thing for me. So when you say, like, I just didn't tell you because I was delivered and I didn't think it was a big deal, it's like, you didn't think your sexuality was a big deal? You know, and there may be people who think that way. For people who are in the LGBTQ community, who that's their normal lifestyle, and then they come out of it. What if they don't transfer that into like it matters who I love?
Yeah,
because they say like I just love people. I don't love gender. Right? That's what some of the people say, and so my thought would be that now that you know me and you know how I feel about my faith base and all of that, now you've purposely kept that. But if we're two people who don't have that and you just didn't share it because you just thought it was okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, but as a faith-based couple, you should know that your spouse cares about, you know, keeping things biblical.
And as a Christian, this is probably on another note, but as a Christian, we should all confess our testimony. Like, why is it that you are hiding that?
Right.
Because if you are hiding that from me, then I'm in the mindset of maybe you still trying to engage.
Exactly.
That's good.
Which is why I look at you differently now.
Right.
Yeah.
Because anybody that's been fully delivered, they are sharing their testimony.
Absolutely.
They're saying, you know what, this is who I am.
Yep.
This is who I was, but this is now who I am.
Right.
And it's for the purpose of maybe delivering somebody else.
Right.
And so I think even in the confines of a marriage, 3 years?
Right.
3 years you held this information and you did not tell the person that is the closest thing to you. And so I believe that honesty is very key, just going back to that, because it's like when you're in a dating process, one of the things that I look at when I look at dating, I look at how, you know, who we are as people in our relationship with God at the end of the day. Because I think that we all constantly is dating God, right? In the sense of we're devoted.
Right.
And so I am honest with him and he's going to give me his truth.
Right.
He's going to give me his truth about himself and also about me. And I think what that should look like in the dating world is that when I am dating you, even on the third date or second date, I'm in a mindset of like, I'm going to be honest with you.
Right.
Like up front, because I don't got time to waste, you know?
Right.
Like, I don't got time to sit here and try to dabble with you, you know? Like, I'm going to be honest with you up front so that way I can know if this is real or not. Can you handle, do you have the capacity? Do you have the spiritual maturity to be able to handle my flaws, to be able to handle my struggles and where I've been? And now, and then also, here's the thing. Now you will even understand me because you will understand the environment that I was in. And so you would know now, like, okay, this is why he react this way. This may be a trigger word for him because he literally engaged in this lifestyle. And so now you will understand how to even communicate with me because of my past.
Right.
Because something may be a trigger to you.
Right.
Right? And so, yeah.
So you're saying first date out the coming out, you're telling everything.
For the most part, whatever I can think of, whatever the conversation.
That's scary.
Yeah, like what I'm saying.
I used to be gay. Like you're saying that on the first
No,
date.
no. Well, hear me. What I'm saying is whatever comes up in the conversation on that first date, I'm not going to withhold information. That's what I said.
Right.
That's why I said, like, I'm not going to withhold anything.
Right. So
whatever I
asks
can
you,
think of, like, yeah, if we're talking and you like, man, tell me about your past or whatever the case may be, or tell me about you, like, I'm going to just tell you about me.
Right.
And so whatever comes with that, whatever comes out of my mouth, it comes. I'm not going to think, well, we're on the first date. I'm not going to tell too much information. I'm not going to go into it thinking like that. I believe in just letting it out as it comes. I'm not worrying about if you can take it or not.
Right.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's agreeable.
Okay.
There was